Today we're graphing linear functions that are written in standard form. Standard form is the ax plus by equals c. So we would have our x term and our y term both on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side we have a constant. The y-intercept, where the graph crosses the y-axis, will always have an x-coordinate of 0. And then the x-axis or the x-intercept will always have a y-coordinate of 0. Knowing this, we are going to graph the line of 6x plus 4y equals 12. We don't need to rewrite the equation. The minimum amount of points you need to graph a line is 2 points. So to find the y-intercept, we'll put 0 in for x. All right, so I'm replacing the x with 0. 6 times 0 becomes 0. 0 plus 4y leaves us with just 4y. So we are left with 4y equals 12. And then I would divide both sides by 4. So I'm getting a y-intercept of 0, 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. And then I would plot that on my graph. Next, we're going to put 0 in for y. 6x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. 4 times 0 is 0. So we're left with 6x equals 12. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x equals 2. So 2 for the x value when y is 0. Make sure you write your answer as an ordered pair. So then we'll come to 2, 0, and plot that point and connect our lines with a straight edge. Number 2, put 0 in for x. 2 times 0 is 0. So that leaves us with negative 5 equals negative 10. So then I would divide both sides by negative 5. A negative divided by a negative is positive. So I'm getting y equals 2. So write that answer as an ordered pair. I put in 0 for x. So I'm putting 0 in the x place. And I got 2 for y. So we're writing 2 in the y place. So I'm going to go over here and I plot 0, 2. And then I'm going to find the x-intercept. So I'm going to put 0 in for y. Negative 5 times 0 is 0. So that leaves us with 2x equals negative 10. Would divide both sides by 2 and get x equals negative 5. So I'm going to write that as an ordered pair. We are getting negative 5 for x, so put negative 5 in the x-coordinate, and we had put 0 in for y, so write 0 in the y-coordinate. So then I'm going to plot negative 5, 0, and I'm going to use a straight edge to connect my lines. For number 3, replacing x with 0, we would get negative 8 times 0, which is 0. So that leaves us with 4y equals 16. Divide both sides by 4, and we get y equals 4. So writing that as an ordered pair, it would be 0, 4. So I'll come over here and plot 0, 4. And then find the x-coordinate or the x-intercept by putting 0 in for y. So we'd have negative 8x plus 4 times 0 equals 16. 4 times 0 is 0. So that leaves us with negative 8x equals 16. Divide both sides by negative 8. That leaves us with x equals negative 2, or the ordered pair negative 2, 0. So we'll come over here and plot that point. And then I would line up my straight edge along the 2 points and draw my line, including arrows on both ends. For example 3, we're going to put 0 in for x. Negative 3 times 0 is 0. So that leaves us with negative 9y equals 18. Divide both sides by negative 9, and we get y equals negative 2. So that was putting 0 in for x. We got negative 2 for y. We want to make sure we write that as a coordinate, xy. I'm going to come over here and plot 0, negative 2. And then we'll put 0 in for y. Negative 9 times 0 is 0, so that leaves us with negative 3x equals 18. Divide both sides by negative 3, and then we would get x equals negative 6. There's a typo here. And then plotting negative 6, 0, that would be right here. Connect your points with a straight edge and include arrows on both ends of your line. For number 5, I'm going to put 0 in for x so I can find the y-intercept. Negative 12 times 0 is 0. That leaves us with negative 4y equals negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 4. A negative divided by a negative is positive, so we get y equals positive 3. So I will plot the ordered pair 0, 3. And then we will put 0 in for y to solve for x. Negative 4 times 0 is 0, so that leaves us with negative 12x equals negative 12. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 12. Negative 12 divided by negative 12 is 1, so our x-intercept is 1, 1, 0. So plot the point 1, 0, and connect your points with a straight edge. Be sure to include those arrows on the ends. Putting 0 in for x, 14 times 0 gives us 0. That leaves us with 7y equals negative 28. Divide both sides by 7. We get y equals negative 4. So plot 0, negative 4. And then putting 0 in for y, 7 times 0 is 0. That leaves us with 14x equals negative 28. Divide both sides by 14, and we get negative 2. So I'm going to plot negative 2, 0, and then connect my 2 points with a straight edge and include an arrow on both ends of my line.